morning, Chicago. John Cass, Lauren Cohn sitting in with me, 89 WOS. Lauren, I'm so excited, and I can't tell you now we are at the beginning of the second of what could be, I expect, 4 terms for Obama.
I'm so happy and hopeful. I feel so good this morning.
I am, and I'm also ready to be reformed in his image and become a liberal now. I'm just ready to chuck all the conservative stuff and just go with it because the way I read the coverage and saw the coverage yesterday, it got me so excited. He wants to reform government. He wants to be more activist, a larger government, more active federal authority, more power to the federal authority because they know better about how to deal with our lives. They know how to help us.
The economy's getting better. There are more jobs out there for people. People aren't going hungry.
You know what? And when I saw him do that speech and I was thinking about the beautiful music we just had, I thought I wanted somebody to pinch me. I was so excited. Would someone pinch me? I guess no one's going to pinch me. But someone was going to pinch me. I guess they're not pinching me now.
All the reporters were pinching. They were so excited yesterday at the inauguration. Did you see Al Roker? Al Roker was all excited and giddy and happy.
Was he wearing diapers?
It was like he was at the Oscars on the red carpet.
Did he have diapers on?
Did he in his pants? No.
Right?
Maybe. We don't know.
But I thought that
it was a beautiful ceremony. Beautiful ceremony.
Wonderful description of the new government we're going to have, more activism.
Everybody was well dressed.
What did you think of that?
Michelle's dress last night after her Darth Vader. I thought her Darth Vader outfit, her classic outfit during the day, was nicer than the dress. And I took an unscientific poll about the dress, unscientific, and the reaction is nobody was really wowed by the dress. Were you wowed by the dress?
I thought of myself as a young diplomat. What would I do from France?
I'm not a fan of fire engine red. I think burgundy might have been a better choice.
Could you look? I mean, do you follow the plunging backline all the way to the
It was very flowy.
Bottom?
It showed her cut arms and her back. New sexy, new modern.
But are you sold? Obviously, you're sold on the dress, but aren't you sold? We're taking your calls, 591-8900. Aren't you sold on the new direction this country's going to go to? I read where it told me, I think I read somewhere, that inauguration is tough on cynics, right? Because I guess we want to be wiggly.
You know what else is tough on? It's the stomach. It's tough on the stomach when you got to eat a 3,000-calorie lunch.
Yeah, they had a lunch. They had a big lunch. A lot of bacon and cream.
They had lobster and bison. There was no vegetable on that plate. So you talk about the new direction? What happened?
I don't know.
What happened to nutrition?
The direction also is that we're going to have bigger government, more government, and we have Gil in the car. Gil on 89 WLS.
Hey, regarding no one to face you, next month, Brock will have a government agency for that.
We're going to have what?
They'll have a government agency to face you next month.
To pace
you.
To pace my excitement? Well, I am so excited, Gil. I'm about ready to. I had the Russell Kirk, the conservative mind, and I just tossed it out the window. And now I want I want Rachel Maddow live streaming into my head through the portal in the back of my brain in the Matrix because I'm ready, Gil.
You don't need a government agency for that.
I'm ready to go and just whatever Obama wants, let's do it. Have bigger government, more calorie counters.
I agree.
Right?
But would you have eaten that lunch yesterday? It was yummy, right? Yummy menu.
Gil, what did you have for lunch? What did you have for lunch, Gil?
Cooked tofu.
You had tofu. Okay, bye, Gil. I'm pressing the dump button. Gil just got dumped because under the new Obama regime, the old Obama was obesity. We're going to beat you up if you're fat. Tell us about the new Obama regime now.
You know who designed that menu? This is funny. Senator Schumer from New York. Isn't that the same city where they just banned large calorie drinks, where they're making all the restaurants display calories?
Tell us about the menu.
Okay. Do you want to know what was on it?
Yeah,
the first course was lobster tails with New England clam chowder sauce. Then they had a second course. I thought we were supposed to be checking our portion size. The second course was bison with red potato horseradish cake. No vegetable. There was nothing green on your plate.
Well,
and for dessert, apple pie with sour cream ice cream, which frankly sounds gross to me, sour cream ice cream. But there was no vegetable, no fruit option, which is what we promote in the schools, fruits and vegetables.
No green beans.
No green beans, no broccoli. And, yeah, I don't know about the portion size. I'm sure they were pretty large.
To me, this suggests a symbolic shift in policy from...
Could be.
Let's watch, you can't get a big gulp, to let's have some bison and bacon. Do they have bacon, right? Bacon was a vegetable for the Obama?
Bacon was the vegetable.
Right, wasn't it?
Bacon's now the new vegetable of 2013. Forget your broccoli, just have your bacon. There was no nutrition in that meal. There was a little bit of protein.
I think this is the new way to go.
Which may be why Michelle Obama wore the flowy dress, because she was eating that yummy lunch when she was sitting next to John Boehner, where everybody thinks she rolled her eyes. I don't think she rolled her eyes, John, though. I think she's just sort of looking back at him and looking forward.
Okay, I'm still trying to get in my mind if I were a young diplomat and the First Lady walks past, I'm from another country.
Would it bother you that she had the plunging back on her dress?
Can you follow the plunging back line to its natural conclusion?
This is 2013.
Right.
She had Beyonce there. She had Jennifer Hudson there. You know, she wanted to look nice.
This is John Cass on 89 WLS with Lauren Cohn. We're talking about our conversion now to the new Obama way with the second of maybe 3 terms, at least 4, I'm hoping now. I'm ditching all the conservative stuff, and I'm ready to jump on the bandwagon. Big government, big activism. We'll see you right after this break with Ryan Burrows with traffic and weather. Hello, everybody. This is John Cass, 89 WLS, sitting in with me, Lauren Cohn. Lauren,
I've given up my whole nutrition thing, even though I'm certified nutrition. I'm going to have bacon now for breakfast every morning.
Because Obama's setting the new tone.
I'm so upset by this. There was no vegetable on the plate. I mean, you can indulge. It's like the holidays. It's okay to indulge.
This is the day of indulgence. We have the new government coming in. We have all the media going there. The media, there was a story, wasn't there? The media where there was some CNN reporter who wanted to be pinched.
Pinch me?
Didn't he say pinch me?
That everybody is waiting for on Inauguration Day when the President and the First Lady step out of their limo and walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. I feel like I should pinch myself right now, Wolf. I can't believe I have this vantage point of history in the making.
So you're literally, about 15, 20 feet away from the President?
I'm probably a good, I would say, 50 feet away from the President right now, Wolf. But very, very close.
You know who's pinching himself today? All those reporters standing out in the cold, John, are like, am I really doing this? That's who's pinching himself.
I was about 3 inches away from the President when he once filched a Kendall filter, but that's another story.
Al Roker was all giddy, too.
I hope you wore diapers.
It's going to go to our correspondent Al Roker, who I believe is...
All right! Which bring in all kinds of people. So I think you got opportunities for him to bring up topics to the winners for him to be blunt about it. But he also has, I think, a deep-seated opposition to war, which I think is so refreshing from the previous administration, the one that he succeeded. And I think that's important.
That's just shaking hands with Al Roker of the Today Show.
That was a little confusing, but I thought I heard Chris Matthews or somebody say that the previous administration, the one he secreted, and I think, was he talking about Al? Or also the whole idea of Al Roker, nothing like journalists who...
Weatherman covering the inauguration.
Wetting their pants and clapping their hands at the same time, wiggly like little puppies,
begging for the vice president to come over.
For Vice President to come over. He's so cool. Well, let's take a call. Sean from Elmwood Park. Sean, are you there? Sean, are you ready to just ditch all the old conservatism and embrace the new Obama ethos like me?
Not me. I'm going to go down fighting with somebody's eyeball in my hand, John, because that's just my personality. But listen, I don't want to talk about Oprah without a wig or Al Roker. I want to give you a warning because I love you and a lot of people listen to you. Don't joke around about this other term stretching thing because they're listening. There's already been a bill introduced to give this guy another term. And if we've learned anything from these voter machines, it's that they can win as long as they choose to. Okay, because as they release this economic number of housing, they're building a false bottom, John. This is all nonsense because they're including the foreclosures and short sales, which they never, ever included in housing sales and existing home sales before. So they're trying to build up a false bottom, and this is going to end in disaster.
Are you telling me that I should not be? From what I read in the newspapers and saw on television, I should be ecstatic and hoping for a third and fourth term.
John, please, they're cooking all these economic numbers to give everybody a false sense of confidence because they're under the illusion that it's confidence that drives an economy. That's the one thing socialists all believe. They believe it's just if we just keep spending, everything will work itself out. That is an absolute falsehood. And when this thing implodes, it's going to get sticky. It's going to get very, very ugly. I mean, I could show you commercial pieces of property that are selling for $5,000 and $10,000 over what their yearly taxes are in select neighborhoods around here. And that is not going to end well. No, there are no real legitimate retail transactions in real estate. That is the fundamental foundation of our economy. And they're trying to build a fake, and they're releasing these numbers early, and they're frauding them. How many people know that the unemployment, they counted 73% of them are made up of government jobs? They should be directly minus from the job market because how many regular taxpayers does it take to pay one salary of one of these do-nothing, know-nothing state and city municipal workers?
You might have a point, Sean, and thanks for calling in, and others are calling at 591-8900. They're also texting us, Lauren, at
I know. I figured this out.
WSAM 68683JJ.
I figured this out. Texter from 708. Folks that are eating so much healthy food, they can splurge. So that's it. They're so sick of the broccoli and the protein that they're splurging. Come on.
And there's one from 708. Any sycophantic reporters get to touch the fringe of his garment? Of course they did. And we'll be talking more about that at 89 WLS. I'm John Cass with Lauren Cohn. Back to more of your texts and calls after this.